The rumors were swirling, the whispers were getting louder, and the streets couldn't stop talking. But now, Eazy, the block captain himself, has finally opened his mouth about the explosive split with Remy. And the details he dropped are nothing short of shocking. For weeks, fans speculated whether the breakup was real or just industry gossip. But what Eazy revealed pulled the curtain back on secrets, betrayal, and behind-the-scenes chaos that nobody was ready to hear. But the story didn't stop there. Because the moment Eazy's words hit the internet, Remy Ma wasted no time clapping back. And let me tell you, her response wasn't a simple denial. It was fire. It was fury. It was the kind of raw, no-holds-barred reaction that left fans gasping. Bloggers scrambling and the industry buzzing. Screenshots, leaked conversations, and cryptic posts began flying like bullets, making it impossible to know whose truth was the real truth. 1 second fans were siding with Eazy, praising his honesty. The next, Remy's fiery counterattack had them questioning everything and stuck in the middle. Their reputations, their careers, and the future of hip-hop's most shocking, almost power couple. So buckle in. Because this isn't just a breakup, it's a war. And the fallout is only getting started. Before we dive headfirst into the chaos of Eazy, it's the block captain finally speaking out, and Remy Ma firing back with fire. Let's rewind and break down how we even got here. Because trust me, this was no sudden blow-up. This was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. And the sparks have been flying for months, maybe even years. Eazy, the block captain, isn't just another battle rapper. He's one of the most magnetic, sharp-tongued MCs in the game. Known for tearing his opponents apart with lines that cut like razors. His rise in the battle rap circuit turned him into a street legend, and soon his name was ringing beyond that underground world. But fame, as we all know, comes with shadows, and that's where Remy Ma steps into the story. Remy, a Bronx legend in her own right, made a name for herself long before Eazy was on the scene. She's a veteran of the rap game, respected for her pen, her fire, and her resilience. From the highs of lean back to the lows of prison time, she's lived it all, survived it all, and rebuilt herself stronger. She isn't just an artist anymore. She's a mentor, a boss, and a woman who knows the business inside and out. Which is why when she connected with Eazy, it felt like destiny at first. It seemed like the perfect partnership. The young star on the rise, and the seasoned veteran guiding his path. Remy reportedly took Eazy under her wing, giving him industry advice, introducing him to people who mattered, and according to whispers, maybe even getting a little too close, because that's when the rumors started. It began as harmless chatter in battle rap blogs. Why is Remy showing Eazy so much favoritism? Why is she putting him front and center at her Chrome 23 events? But when whispers turned into viral clips, when fans noticed lingering looks and too long smiles, the narrative shifted. Suddenly, it wasn't just about mentorship, it was about speculation. And let's not forget the elephant in the room, Papoose, Remy Ma's husband, hip-hop's favorite loyal king, the man who famously held her down through prison and never let go. For years, they were the blueprint for black love in hip-hop. Pap and Remy were untouchable, unshakable, until Eazy's name got thrown into the mix. The first cracks showed when blogs claimed there had been a confrontation between May. I said being confrontation between May. And we all know I've been exploring that. And we all know I've been exploring that path. May, Pap, and Remy were untouchable, unclacked, unspiceable, unsqueezely, unsquacting. With Camreed with C's name, God's Quandre C. Weiss, C. Squawk Tack. With Concra with Phi with C. Squai with Conqui with Concor I can see with Conking with Siqui to Kai like to we to core it Sui Saka we I get Guy to Saku you to Kasu can you to cur we weeded to Kin wick to Kin with that Kafrik quiff with the deek Kawi check but you I Eazy and Papoose backstage at an event. Rumors swirled that fists flew, that Pap checked Eazy for crossing lines. Though nobody confirmed it, The internet treated it like gospel. Memes flooded timelines, headlines screamed betrayal. And suddenly, Eazy wasn't just a rising star. He was the man accused of being in the middle of Remy's marriage. Remy tried to downplay it. She went on record saying her marriage was fine, that people were reaching. Eazy stayed quiet, fueling the mystery. But fans weren't buying it. Every look, every pause, every tiny interaction between Remy and Eazy was dissected frame by frame like it was a crime scene. And with every new piece of gossip, the pressure mounted, so when the split rumors finally surfaced, nobody was surprised. What shocked people was the way it went down. Instead of silent distance or vague statements, Eazy, the block captain, opened his mouth. He broke the silence, and the words he dropped weren't vague, weren't careful. They were raw. He spoke about betrayal, about lies, about being painted as the villain. And Remy, she didn't take that lying down. The second his comments hit the blogs, she came swinging back with that same Bronx fire she's always carried. But to really understand the weight of this clash, you have to see the bigger picture. This isn't just about one man and one woman. This is about reputation, loyalty, and survival. For Eazy, speaking out isn't just about clearing his name, it's about protecting his career. Battle rap fans are loyal, but ruthless. Once your credibility is shot, it's almost impossible to get it back. If people believe he betrayed Papoose or disrespected Remy, his entire brand as a battle-hardened warrior crumbles. That's why his decision to open up is so dangerous, because if he doesn't win this narrative, he loses everything. For Remy, firing back isn't about gossip, it's about empire. She's fought her whole career to be respected, to be more than a headline, more than a scandal. And now, she's being painted as the woman caught in a messy love triangle, risking the legacy she built with her husband and the brand she's been creating with Chrome. It's 23. If she doesn't control this story, everything she's worked for could be dragged through the mud. And for Papoose, his silence is the loudest noise of all. Every blog, every fan, every industry insider is waiting to see what he says, or if he says anything at all. Because Pap isn't just a husband in this story. He's the symbol of loyalty, the man who turned Remy and Pap into a hip-hop fairy tale. If he speaks out, it could confirm the rumors or completely shut them down. So when Eazy finally spoke, when Remy fired back, it wasn't just another celebrity spat. It was a collision of worlds, a storm years in the making. And now that it's begun, there's no going back, because the words have been said, the shots have been fired. And the truth, whatever it may be, is about to surface in the ugliest way possible. When Eazy, the block captain, finally broke his silence, the internet didn't just pause, it exploded. For weeks, fans had been begging him to speak up, to clear the air, to give his side of the story after whispers about his split from Remy Ma turned into wildfire. And when he did, it wasn't polished, it wasn't rehearsed. It was raw, emotional, and messy. Exactly what the world was waiting for. Eazy went live on Instagram late at night, eyes heavy, voice tense. He started by saying he was tired of being painted as the villain and that everybody out here acting like they know the truth. When they don't, from the jump, his tone wasn't defensive, it was wounded. He painted himself as the man betrayed, the man caught in a storm he didn't create. He dropped lines that hit like bombs. Y'all really think I'm out here ruining marriages? That's the narrative they pushing, but it ain't the truth. I gave loyalty. I gave respect. And what I got in return? Lies. Straight lies. At the end of the day, I was used. Used for battles. Used for clout. Used for everything. Then tossed aside like I was nothing. Fans flooded the chat with fire emojis and question marks. Was he accusing Remy? Was he accusing the industry? Or was he throwing shade at Papoose? Nobody knew for sure. But one thing was clear. Eazy was no longer holding back. He then hinted at something darker. I got receipts, but I ain't even gonna do that right now. Not yet. Just know if I drop what I got, the whole narrative flips. That one sentence sent the internet into meltdown. Receipts. Screenshots. Proof. What exactly did Eazy have in his back pocket? Bloggers immediately began speculating. Did he have text messages? Photos, voice notes. Theories flooded Twitter, each one wilder than the last. But Eazy wasn't done. He directly addressed the whispers about Papoose allegedly confronting him backstage. People saying, "I got checked." That I got beat down, stop it. If anything happened, you'd have seen it by now. Ain't nobody put hands on me. That's cap. Put hands on me. That's cap. It was the denial fans were waiting for, but it only raised more questions. Because if Eazy was telling the truth, why had so many insiders confirmed the altercation? Why had multiple blogs reported the same story? Was this a cover-up, or was he finally setting the record straight? And then came the real bombshell. Toward the end of the live, Eazy dropped a cryptic line. It's crazy how people who claim loyalty will play both sides. Crazy how people smiling in your face while plotting behind your back immediately. Fans took that as a direct shot at Remy Ma. The comments section went insane. He's talking about her. Eazy just exposed Remy without saying her name. This confirms everything. Within minutes, clips of the live spread across Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Headlines screamed, "Eazy, the block captain, exposes Remy Ma." Eazy breaks silence, calls out betrayal. Receipts coming? Eazy threatens to drop bombshell. The internet was ablaze. And Remy, she wasn't about to sit back quietly. Within an hour of Eazy's live ending, she fired back. And when Remy Ma fires, she doesn't miss. She jumped into her own Instagram live, her voice sharp, her energy fierce. She didn't mince words. Don't play with me. Don't sit up there and try to paint yourself as the victim when you know damn well what it is. Her clapbacks came rapid fire. I don't use nobody. I built my name, my brand, my empire long before you ever stepped on a stage. You talking about loyalty? Where was your loyalty when you was out here running your mouth to people who don't even like me? If you've got receipts, drop them. Don't sit up there hinting. Be a man. Show the world what you claim to have. The internet lost its mind. 2 lives, 2 fiery statements back to back. Fans didn't know whose side to take. Some screamed that Eazy was finally telling the truth. Others insisted Remy was shutting him down with pure Bronx authority. But the first shocking twist came just hours later, when a blog known for exposing celebrity Ms. suddenly posted what they claimed were leaked text messages between Eazy and Remy. The alleged messages showed late-night conversations, with Remy calling Eazy loyal and different from the rest, while Eazy responded with heart emojis. Another screenshot allegedly showed Eazy writing, "I told you I'd keep quiet, but this silence is killing me." Were they real? Nobody could say for sure. But authenticity didn't matter. The damage was done. The screenshots went viral, framing their relationship in a whole new light. Twitter exploded with reactions. If these texts are real, then Eazy wasn't lying. Remy better explain this quick, 'cause the streets ain't forgiving. This just got way deeper than battle rap, Remy. Of course, denied the leaks immediately, saying, "Y'all really believe anything y'all see online? Fake texts. Stop it." But by then, the seed had already been planted. Fans started demanding answers. Was there more to Remy and Eazy's relationship than just business? Was Eazy hinting at betrayal because of broken promises, or because of something far more personal? The first twist was undeniable. What started as a professional fallout was now being painted as something intimate, something messy, something explosive. And if Eazy's hint about receipts was real, this was only the beginning. By the morning after Eazy's late night live and Remy Ma's fiery clapback, the internet was a battlefield. Twitter threads turned into war zones. Instagram blogs pumped out post after post. And YouTube commentators rushed to drop hour-long breakdowns. The leaked text messages had shifted the conversation from professional betrayal to something personal, and fans were ravenous for more. What made it worse? The timing. Just as the gossip was reaching fever pitch, Chrome 23, Remy Ma's own battle rap league, had an event scheduled that weekend. Suddenly, the speculation wasn't just online. Fans wondered if Eazy would show up, if Remy would address it in person, or if the whole event would become a circus of tension on Twitter. Hashtags were trending worldwide. Hashtag EAZY speaks. Hashtag Remy fires back. And the one nobody saw coming. Hashtag PAPOOSE knows. Fans weren't just dissecting Eazy and Remy's relationship anymore. They were dragging Papoose directly into the conversation, demanding to know what he knew when he knew it. And why he was staying silent? TikTok stitched together old interviews of Remy praising Eazy, slowing down her words with captions like, "Was she dropping hints this whole time?" Others pulled clips of Papoose proudly standing next to Remy on red carpets, now overlaid with captions like "the man who stood by her for years while she stood by Eazy." But the most viral TikTok of the day came from a battle rap fan who posted a side-by-side edit on the left. Remy saying, "I don't use nobody. I built my empire before you," and on the right, Eazy's clip, "I was used and tossed aside." The caption, "Two truths, one lie. Who's telling it?" As fans argued, the industry itself began to fracture. Fat Joe, a longtime ally of Remy, posted a cryptic Instagram story. "Family comes first. Loyalty above all. Don't get caught chasing what don't matter." Fans immediately took it as him siding with Remy and Papoose. Throwing shade at EAZY.EORLTV veterans tweeted, "Subtle digs. Battle rap been the same story forever. Youngins get a lil shine and forget who put 'em on." Many saw this as shots at Eazy. But then, Hitman Holla came through with a tweet that shifted the energy. It's crazy how quick folks forget who really built in the culture. Eazy got every right to speak his truth. Suddenly, the battle rap community itself was split. Some were riding for Remy, others for Eazy. And in a world where credibility is everything, this division was dangerous. Then came the shocking reveal. Late that evening, a blog known for leaking behind the scenes. Drama dropped audio clips they claimed came from a Chrome 23 rehearsal session months ago. In the muffled recording, a female voice, alleged to be Remy's, is heard saying, "I don't care what they say. I'll stand by him. He's worth it. He's not like the rest of them." Another male voice, sounding like Eazy, responds, "As long as you got me, I ain't worried about nobody else." The internet stopped breathing, if real. These audio clips didn't just hint at favoritism. They hinted at something far more personal. Were Remy and Eazy confirming a deeper bond months before the split? Was this why Papoose allegedly confronted Eazy backstage? Twitter lost its mind. "This just confirmed everything. Y'all was calling it rumors." Nope, it's real. Remy better start explaining, 'cause this ain't business talk. Pap knew. Ain't no way he didn't know. Remy immediately denied the authenticity of the audio, calling it fabricated garbage, but fans weren't buying it. The timing was too perfect, the voices too familiar, and the words too damning. Whether real or fake, the clip had done its job. It escalated the feud into an inferno, and Eazy, instead of clarifying, he leaned into the chaos. Hours after the leak, he tweeted, "Funny how truth always finds a way to come out. I ain't drop a thing yet." The "yet," that one word, broke the internet. Now fans were convinced Eazy wasn't bluffing, that he really did have more receipts, more proof, more dirt to expose, and that he was just waiting for the right moment to drop it. Meanwhile, whispers began spreading that Remy's Chrome 23 investors were furious. According to insiders, sponsors didn't want her personal life overshadowing the league. Some even threatened to pull support if the drama wasn't contained. This wasn't just about love or loyalty anymore. It was about business, money, and empire. To make matters worse, a rumor surfaced that Papoose himself had finally spoken privately to close friends, allegedly saying, "I stood by her when nobody else would. If she embarrassed me now, I'll burn it all down." Whether he actually said it or not, the quote went viral, and fans began bracing for Papoose's eventual entrance into the war. The shocking reveal was clear. This wasn't just a messy split between Eazy and Remy. This was a scandal threatening to take down marriages, careers, and entire business ventures. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, a final twist in this chapter surfaced. One of Remy's old battle rap rivals posted on Twitter, told y'all she'd been messy, y'all just catching up. The post racked up 50,000 likes in less than an hour, fueling speculation that more people in the industry had been sitting on this tea for years. The world wasn't just watching anymore. The world was waiting for Papoose to speak, waiting for Eazy to drop those mysterious receipts, waiting for Remy to either shut it all down or finally admit to what the internet already believes. And the scariest part? Every single sign points to more bombs being dropped, because if this is what leaked in 24 hours, imagine what's coming next by the time the alleged Chrome 23 rehearsal audio clip hit the blogs. The internet was on fire. Fans weren't just watching anymore, they were taking sides like it was a heavyweight title fight. Twitter Spaces filled up with thousands of listeners debating whether Remy Ma was lying, whether Eazy the block captain was exploiting the situation, or whether Papoose had been humiliated in front of the entire culture. The fan reactions were brutally divided. Team Remy, loyalists to the Bronx legend, flooded her comments with support, reminding the world that she'd earned respect long before this drama. Y'all really trying to ruin a queen's legacy over a battle rapper? Stop playing. Others pointed to her long history of standing tall against slander, insisting this was just another example of Remy being unfairly targeted. Team Eazy. His fans clapped back with clips of him spitting battle bars where he referenced betrayal, loyalty, and being used by the system. They argued that his live stream wasn't just emotional venting, it was him finally standing up for himself. Eazy always kept it real. Y'all just don't want to hear it because it's Remy. Team Pap. Perhaps the most vocal group of all. They weren't riding for Eazy or Remy, they were riding for Papoose. Pap held her down for years, and this is how she repays him. Others turned their frustration directly on him. Where's Pap at? Why is he so quiet? On TikTok, the story transformed into a meme factory. Clips of Remy introducing Eazy at past Chrome 23 events were slowed down and captioned with dramatic text like, "Was this the moment it all started?" Eazy's "I was used and tossed aside" line became a soundbite that creators layered over skits of people being betrayed by friends, partners, and even jobs. But the reaction wasn't limited to fans. The industry itself was rattled. Fat Joe, one of Remy's closest allies, posted a black screen with the words, "Loyalty is priceless. Don't play with family." Fans immediately saw it as him siding with Remy and Papoose. Hitman Holla went the opposite direction, firing off a tweet that said, "Battle rap built on truth." Eazy telling his side, "Don't make him wrong. Sometimes the mentor ain't the hero y'all think." His words split the battle rap community even further, as fans debated whether loyalty to the OGs outweighed the right to speak out. Remy's Chrome 23 peers were caught in the middle. Some avoided commenting altogether, scared of burning bridges. Others dropped cryptic emojis, fire, snakes, broken hearts, leaving fans to interpret their silence as confirmation that something real was brewing. And then came the sponsors. According to leaked emails posted by a gossip page, several of Chrome 23's financial backers expressed concern over the negative headlines. One alleged message read, "The brand is in jeopardy if this narrative continues. We need clarity." If true, that means this feud isn't just personal, it's threatening money, contracts, and the survival of Remy's league. Mainstream media picked up the story too. TMZ ran the headline, "Remy Ma versus Eazy, the block captain leaked audio fuels. Explosive split." Bet released a panel discussion with commentators asking whether Remy's reputation as a pioneer for women in battle rap was now at risk. Even the Shade Room fanned the flames with side-by-side photos of Remy and Eazy captioned "business partners" or more. Meanwhile, the silence from Papoose became deafening. Every time he posted, whether it was about music, fashion, or unrelated content, the comments filled up with demands. Say something. Is it true? Don't let them play you. Pap, his refusal to directly address the drama only made fans believe he was sitting on a bombshell. Then came the fan conspiracies. Some claimed Eazy's live and the leaked texts were part of a coordinated rollout for Chrome 23 drama, a way to boost ratings for upcoming battles. Others swore the feud was real, pointing to Remy's fiery clapback as proof she was genuinely furious. A third camp insisted Pap was quietly building his own response, preparing to expose everything if pushed too far. Even celebrities outside of rap weighed in. Cardi B tweeted, "Sometimes we see the tea before it spills. Don't ever think fans ain't watching." Nicki Minaj liked a tweet dragging Remy, sparking her own fan base to throw gasoline on the fire. Overnight, what started as a niche battle rap scandal had transformed into a full-blown hip-hop culture war. And then came the most ominous sign yet. A leaked DM allegedly from a Chrome 23 staff member claimed, "The footage everybody talking about. It's real. And if it drops, careers end." What footage? Fans began speculating there was video evidence of something between Remy and Eazy that hadn't yet been made public. Some said it was behind-the-scenes rehearsal clips. Others whispered about hotel footage. Nobody knew for sure, but the idea that something even more damning might exist pushed the hysteria into overdrive. The public wasn't just reacting anymore. They were waiting for the next shoe to drop, waiting for receipts, footage, or Papoose himself to finally break his silence. Because if the alleged texts and audio shook the culture this hard, imagine what a video could do. And that's where the story stands, perched on the edge of destruction. With fans divided, the industry shaken. And one haunting question hanging in the air. What happens when the footage finally drops? Just when the world thought the leaked texts and audio were enough to destroy everything, the bomb everyone feared finally went off. The rumored footage, the one Chrome 23 insider swore existed, surfaced. And the second it hit the internet, the entire hip-hop culture went into meltdown at first. It appeared on a small blog with only a few thousand followers. A grainy, low-quality clip supposedly showing Remy and Eazy together backstage at a Chrome 23 event. In the video, the two were seated close, laughing. Their body language intimate, far too intimate for people who claimed they were strictly business. But what sent shockwaves wasn't just the closeness. It was the moment when Eazy leaned in, whispering something that made Remy touch his arm and smile in a way fans had never seen before. Within minutes, the clip spread like wildfire. Twitter timelines collapsed under the weight of the retweets. TikTokers dissected the video frame by frame, zooming in on every gesture, every smile, every whisper. The Shade Room reposted it with the caption, "Exclusive." New footage raises questions about Remy and Eazy. Remy Ma immediately responded, furiously denying the clip meant anything. "Y'all love to turn nothing into something? That was a business convo, period. Stop the nonsense." But the denial came too late. The visual evidence was burned into fans' minds, and then came the twist nobody saw coming. Hours after the first clip, a second, even more damning piece of footage leaked. This one wasn't backstage. It was allegedly from a hotel lobby. In the grainy security-style video, a woman who looked unmistakably like Remy walked in late at night alongside a man with Eazy's build and braids. They weren't holding hands, but their closeness, the way they moved, the way they disappeared together into the elevator, it was enough to make the internet explode. Twitter reactions were instant and brutal. "There ain't no way Pap gonna sit silent after this." Remy denied, but now we got hotel footage. She cooked. Eazy wasn't lying. The receipts just dropped. Instagram lives turned into virtual battlegrounds. Bloggers screamed into their cameras. Fans argued. And industry insiders whispered that this wasn't just gossip anymore. This was the destruction of one of hip-hop's most respected marriages. Papoose's silence became deafening. For years, he was the symbol of loyalty. The man who stood by Remy through prison, through controversy, through everything. Now, the image of her allegedly walking into a hotel with another man was being played on loop across the internet. Fans demanded answers. Was he in denial? Was he planning revenge? Or was he preparing to drop his own bombshell? But the cliffhanger wasn't just about marriage. It was about careers. Sponsors allegedly began pulling out from Chrome 23 deals within hours of the footage circulating. One insider leaked an email where a brand said, "We cannot be associated with this type of controversy. Please consider this partnership terminated." If true, Remy's entire battle rap league was at risk of collapsing under the weight of this scandal. And Eazy, he doubled down. After the footage dropped, he tweeted just 3 words. Told y'all. The tweet racked up hundreds of thousands of likes, essentially pouring gasoline on the fire. Was he confirming the relationship? Was he just trolling? Nobody knew, but the effect was nuclear by nightfall. Fans weren't asking if the footage was real. They were asking what comes next. Would Remy admit to anything? Would Pap finally break his silence? Would Eazy drop the rest of the receipts he teased during his live? And most importantly, was this feud about to turn from words and whispers into something physical? Because whispers started spreading that Papoose wasn't just hurt, he was furious. Blogs hinted that he was planning a diss track, while others claimed he was preparing to confront Eazy face to face. Whatever the truth, the anticipation was unbearable. The final twist was undeniable. The footage had transformed this feud from speculation into cultural devastation. And the cliffhanger was clear. How much longer can Papoose stay silent before he finally snaps? And there you have it. What started as whispers about mentorship and favoritism has now exploded into one of the most shocking scandals hip-hop has ever seen. Eazy the block captain finally spoke his truth. Remy Ma clapped back with Bronx fire. And then the leaks, the texts, the audio, and now the footage turned this split into a cultural earthquake. But the story is far from over. In fact, it feels like we're standing on the edge of something even bigger. Because while Remy is denying everything, Eazy is taunting the world with hints of more receipts, and the streets are buzzing with rumors that Papoose is about to break his silence. So, now the question goes to you. Whose side are you really on? Do you believe Eazy that he was used, tossed aside, and forced to speak up? Do you believe, Remy, that this is all fabricated nonsense designed to tear her down? Or do you believe the truth is somewhere in the middle? A tangled mess of love, loyalty, betrayal, and business gone wrong? And what about Papoose? If you were in his shoes, would you stay silent? Would you clap back with music, with words, or with action? Fans are saying his next move could decide everything, the future of his marriage, his reputation, even the fate of Chrome 23. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this isn't just gossip, this is a debate that's dividing an entire culture. And trust me, this is not the last you'll hear of this story. The second more receipts, more footage, or Pap's response drops, I'll be here breaking it all down. So smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this isn't over. It's only just getting started.